So since acquiring Marc Gasol, the Raptors have played 5 games. Or he's played 5 games for them, I guess. And he's come off the bench on every one of them except for the last one against the Magic. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. They lost by 15. But my question is this the way to go with Marc Gasol coming off the bench? I understand why Nick Nurse is doing it, because the Raptors are so ingrained in the Ibaka at center and having a bunch of athletes and all that style, that throwing Marc Gasol in there like that would probably shake things up a little too much, even if Marc Gasol is probably still better than Serge Ibaka. I know Ibaka's having his best season in a while, but if you ask me to pick one of them in a tough playoff series, I think Marc Gasol's shooting is still more reliable, because Ibaka's three-pointer has been pretty blah this season. He did have a stretch where he made basically every mid-range shot he even thought about taking, but in a playoff series against a good defensive team who's able to collapse on him and close out on him a little bit more, I don't know if I really trust that happening. And then defensively, I still think Marc Gasol's pretty awesome because the Grizzlies' defense was really good. And you can also run a lot more offense through Marc. I mean, Ibaka has had problems with that pretty much his whole career, whereas Marc is still a pretty damn good low-post scorer, and of course his passing is awesome as well. So yeah, I still think Gasol is better. And because I'm going to spend most of this video talking about which one of these guys should play center, I want to bring up now the idea of them playing together. I don't know if that would really work, because it would force Ibaka to go to probably power forward. I'm assuming Gasol would take the center spot, and we've seen Ibaka at the 4 just be not that great the past couple years, and taking Siakam off the floor for too many minutes is bad news for this Raptors team, I would say. So I think your best option is to decide between these two guys. And my question is, when the Raptors need to make those choices, are things going to go well? Because I would picture Ibaka, a veteran at 29 years old who's been a part of this team that's doing really well, probably thinks to himself, why the hell should I go to the bench? This new dude just showed up. And of course, that's not good for a team that has been really rolling this season. So anyway, what's crazy is there's a chance, depending on if the Pacers don't fall out, that the Raptors may not face a real Eastern Conference team until the Eastern Conference Finals. Because right now they're playing the Pistons in round 1. Round 2, they're going to face the winner of the 3-6 matchup, which could be the Pacers and the Nets. And, you know, credit to both of those teams. I love them both, but I don't think they have a chance against this Raptors team, regardless of if Marc Gasol or Ibaka is starting, which means they are not going to get the Bucks, potentially. This is not a guarantee, but there is a chance they may not get the Bucks, the Celtics, or the Sixers until the Eastern Conference Finals. So, looking at the center matchup against those 3 teams, I think you can start with, we'll just start with Philly, because Joel Embiid is just really interesting, I guess. I still think Marc Gasol would be best against Embiid because of his low-post defense. I think Marc Gasol has a lot of Al Horford in him, where, sure, Embiid is the better player and the better athlete, but in that specific matchup, where Gasol is a strong dude who's not going to foul Embiid, and he's going to just be really smart, and because he can stretch Embiid out to the three-point line, whereas Ibaka's not going to be able to do that, unless he starts making his threes, which he hasn't all season, then that could be the better matchup there. And the awkward thing is, I don't know if you can just tell these veteran players, hey, for this series you're going to start, and for this series you're going to start. But in a perfect world, that would be the option. I know they tried that a little bit with Valanciunas and Ibaka. Even then, players, they really don't like doing that. So that just may be a minutes thing, where maybe Ibaka technically starts against Joel Embiid, and then Gasol is the one who plays most of the minutes against him. That's if it goes the way I picture it. For all I know, Marc Gasol might be horrible against Joel Embiid. But I'd like to think he would have an Al Horford-esque impact versus Embiid. I think Ibaka could maybe defend Embiid in the post, so there's that for you, but I still like the idea of Marc against him more. If we look at the Bucks, though, see, I think Ibaka might be better against Milwaukee, because I trust him being able to defend in space against Brook Lopez and those type of guys, or if they want to go with, like, Mirotic and Giannis out there. There's a lot of guys who are on the perimeter. I don't think Marc Gasol can deal with that. Now, it's kind of funny. I think Marc Gasol is better for attacking Brook Lopez than Ibaka would be. But again, if Brook Lopez is just going to be chilling from 3 all game, which he is going to be doing, then I just don't know if Marc Gasol's impact is really felt at that point defensively, because for as smart as a defender as he is, he can't step out like that, And you could say, well, just put him on some other guy. Well, the problem is everybody on the Bucks can shoot. So there's that. Maybe Marc Gasol could defend Giannis in half-court situations, but with how often the Bucks get out and run, I don't know. The idea of Marc Gasol trying to deal with a team that just shoots a million three-pointers, I don't love the idea of it. If we look at the Celtics now, Horford may be a little easier to defend for Marc Gasol than Brook Lopez would be, because Horford doesn't stand out there all day long the way Brook Lopez does. The Celtics do rely on him as a screen setter and a driver, and basically he doesn't spend all of his time out at the three-point line. If we compare Brook Lopez and Al Horford's three-point attempts this season, Brook is shooting nearly 7 a game, and Horford in February is shooting the most of the season, and he's only taking 3.5 a game. If all Horford is doing is standing out on the perimeter, then the Celtics are not going to win. They need him to do the other things he does. So I think Marc Gasol would have a chance there, but there's also a chance that Horford is a little too athletic for Gasol. And we should also remember that Horford's going to play good defense no matter who you have against him. But I guess if Gasol's threes are going in and I trust those more than I trust Ibaka's, like I said earlier, then I guess that could be the option, but I don't know. That one will be a little more interesting to see which one should go against the Celtics more. And I think those are the 3 big teams. So I don't remember anything I just said about those 3, but I guess that's my answer for if Marc Gasol should keep coming off the bench. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. I think a lot of it is also going to depend on who's making their jump shots, because Gasol can probably get more open jumpers for this Raptors team than he did in Memphis. The one thing that should be said about Marc Gasol is I don't think he's playing enough minutes, because he's had some games where he's played less than 20 minutes. I don't think that's going to slide. You definitely need to get him in more than that. If anything, just to get him really going with this roster and all that. So, yeah. I think my answer is it'll depend on the team, but he should definitely be getting more minutes than he is right now.